right? This is the sort of deep secret at the heart of all of this, is if you just choose what to value, if you choose that, your order and stability is going to be your highest good, then you can reason your way into anything. You can use that to justify any atrocity, any horror, as we are currently seeing, right? As we saw in the Gulag Archipelago, as we see now, if it's diversity, right? If diversity is our strength, then of course you can, you need to inject children with hormones to block their puberty. You need to, it's a matter of urgent importance that you do this, because we're all now sacrificing to a new idol, right? The idol of transhumanism, the idol of perfect liberation from the body. And you have to kill off all of your instincts. That's why they get at children, right? That's why it's not because, like, you need some sort of, like, it's not because there's some inherent link between, like, homosexuality and pedophilia. Like, that's not what's going on here. What's going on is that there is an intensely anti-nature ideology that has to do with the total breakdown of the boundary of the human person. And in order to create that, you have to get at kids as young as possible, right? That's why they're reaching out into, like, Tumblr blogs and public schools, right? And that's why there's so much angst at the idea that they might not be able in Florida, for example, to teach kids about all these different kinds of sex at a very young age, right? It's because in order to rewire somebody's brain to resist the natural truths that, we're male and female and these things have consequences for us and are good and natural and healthy, right? In order to rewire somebody's brain so that they don't think those things, you have to get them very, very young and scrape away all of the human impulses that we have, which is exactly what Plato is doing, because he knows that if you want a perfectly ordered society, if you want to take total control over a state, you're going to have to do that. And the fact that we feel horror at it tells us something very important. We shouldn't silence that voice, which tells us, gosh, this looks like dystopia. Because that's the thing. That's why we tell dystopian stories at all, right? It's because our instincts about the stories tell us something that our reason maybe can't necessarily. Your reason needs values to be working with, right? And ultimately, your values are going to be given to you, not by reasoning your way to them, although you may reason about them and examine them in the light of reason. But the things that you know to be good, right? Things like love, and things that you know to be bad, things like murder, right? Don't come to you because you're able to make a perfect syllogistic argument for them. Come to you because you are a moral agent created by God to know the good. And if you scrap all the gut feelings and gut instincts that you have and just decide that prima facie, because they are gut impulses, they are wrong, you're going to end up a brain in a jar, and it's going to turn you into a monster.